Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today talking about the Hydreigon EX starter deck. And I was going to be presenting an upgraded Hydreigon EX starter deck, and I worked on that upgraded list yesterday, and it was working really well yesterday. And today, when I sat down to play and record, the deck just wasn't working. So I got really frustrated, and I went back to the original starter deck, and it just worked better. So today's video is going to be talking about and playing the original Hydreigon EX starter deck. I think it's actually a pretty logical build that has some good synergy. I will, at the end of the video, be presenting the changes, telling the changes for the quote upgraded list I had, which I think there's still some good ideas in that list, and that maybe with the right tweaking and development, that might make this list better. But the deck does have some good synergy within it. So jumping to the list here is Hydreigon EX, 330 HP, a really fun Stage 2 Pokemon. 2 attacks. The big one you're using most turns is Crashing Headbutt, does 200 damage for 2 energies of darkness and a colorless, and you discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. So 200 damage plus milling 3. Pretty good numbers, not great numbers either, but good and an interesting combo, so it's a lot of fun. Then it does have the Obsidian attack, the second attack. It's expensive. It's Psychic, Darkness, Metal, and colorless. It does 130 opponent's active Pokemon. That's not good. That's not great, especially for all that energy. But then you do 130 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon as well. So you're doing a total of 390 damage with that. So you're not going to use that often, but it is super. Keep it in mind. You can do it, and when you do it, you often want, you can close out games with it for sure. So 3 of the Stage 2 EXs, 2 of the Stage 1s, because we do have TM Evolution, and I've been seeing a lot of Badoo too, which makes it really tough to play a deck like this. And then 4 of the basic dinos, right? The deck also, for an engine, is playing the Revavroom engine. It's not the best engine, but Rumble engine, what you do is you discard an energy card from hand, and you have 6 cards in hand. So you by discarding the energy, you have 1 less cards, so you're drawing to 6 cards in hand. That's pretty good, not bad. It's a Stage 1, so not too terrible to get in play. The bad thing is the deck only plays 8 energies, and one of them's a special energy. And you definitely don't want to discard the special energy because it's special for sure. It's important in the deck. So, but even with that, you don't have a ton of energies. So a lot of times you can get the Revavroom in play, but you can't get the energy, or you don't have the energy, and then you can't do anything with it. So as an engine, it's a bit suboptimal perhaps, and that might be one of the problems I was having with the upgraded deck too, because I did want to keep the Revavroom engine in the deck, and maybe that was a mistake. And then it also plays a 3/3 Blissey line. Now I don't think you need 3 of each. I think you could go to a 2/2, cut to 2/2 if you want to make some changes, so just keep that in mind. But it's here primarily for its ability Happy Switch. Once during a turn, you can move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon, so it just helps power up your Hydreigon. You can power it up in 1 turn if it didn't have an energy, or you need to get those 4 energies on for that Obsidian attack. It helps. You can attack. It's nice and tanky at 330 for Stage 1. That's good. And the return attack does 180 for 3, and you have 6 cards in hand, so not bad. I definitely have attacked in that in meaningful ways in games as well. And then it also plays a copy of Pecharunt EX. It's here for the Subjugating Chains attack primarily. Once during a turn, you can switch one of your bench Darkness Pokemon, which is Hydreigon or the pre-evolutions, and into your active spot. If you do, the active Pokemon becomes poisoned, and you can only do it once per turn. We do have Binding Mochi, which is a tool we'll get to, that if your Pokemon's poisoned, does more damage. So make sure, if you want to take advantage of that, you evolve while you're on the bench before you use the Subjugating Chains. But if you don't want to be poisoned, let's say you're not going to use the tool and you don't want to take extra damage, then if you have the Zweilous on the bench, move it into the active. The Zweilous is poison. Once you evolve in the Hydreigon EX, the poison goes away, so then you don't take that damage. So just keep that in mind. And it actually has a really good attack too, late game. Irritated Outburst, 2 darkness energies. You can power it up. You need Blissey EX because you're not attaching to Pecharunt because you're not planning on attacking with it, but it does 60 damage for prize cards your opponent's taken. If they've taken 5 prize cards, 300 damage, so it does do big damage late game. So I've also won games with the Pecharunt EX. So moving the energies, I said there's only 8. and that which makes the engine tough, but you don't need a lot of energies to attack with, and you can move them around with the Blissey EX. So it's got enough energies to do the things you need. It's just, is it good enough for the engine, right? But so 3 darkness energies, 2 psychic, and 2 basic metal. The Neo Upper Energy is the A spec in the deck. It provides 2 of all types of energy, so it has to be on a stage 2 Pokemon for that to work, though. So it's really good. You power up your Hydreigon EX. Whoops, sorry about that. Click there with 1 energy attachment, and it certainly makes it easier to power up the second attack as well. So it is good in this deck, so it makes a lot of sense why this is here. And it's a good energy that they gave us too. All right, running through the trainers, a lot of them I'll just hit quickly. Some will some more time on. Night Stretcher, 2 copies, really good. Nest Ball, 2 copies, really good. You need the Nest Ball because to get the Chansey, you can't get that and play with Buddy-Buddy Poffin, and the Pecharunt, you can't get that and play with Buddy-Buddy Poffin or Artazon, so we need the Nest Balls. It's important. 2 Artazons is there. We want some stadiums, too. We have a supporter that can get us a stadium, so we might as well take advantage of that by having some stadiums. We need to set up our bench. Generally, this deck wants to fill up the bench pretty quickly. 2 Boss's Orders, really good. Binding Mochi, this is the tool card that if the Pokemon it's attached to is poison, its attacks do 40 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, so potentially very good there, right? Because you do 200, if you're poisoned by Mochi, now we're doing 240. Now we can one-shot basic EXs, so it's a big deal there, right? 2 Ionos, really good there. 3 copies of Arven. You know, you could want 4 copies of Arven, but it, you know, it's good. 1 copy of Team Evolution. We got to set up. It's all evolutions, basically. We got to set up 1 copy of Colress' Tenacity. Makes sense in this deck. You search for a stadium, Artazon, that's fine, but it also then lets you search for an energy, which is good. And it's any energy without any modification, so it can search for special energy. So this lets us search for Neo Upper Energy. So it's an out to that Neo Upper Energy. I like it. Glass Trumpet, 3 copies. It's good for sure. You have to have a Terra Pokemon in play, which means you have to be evolved into Hydreigon EX already, because that's the Terra in the deck. You choose up to 2 of your bench colorless Pokemon, attach a basic energy to them from the discard pile. That's the Blissey and the Chansey right there, the colorless Pokemon. If you have 2 Blissey EXs, you play a Glass Trumpet, get an energy at each of the Blisseys, and then you can move those 2 energies immediately to your active Pokemon. So really nice in this deck. But 4 Buddy-Buddy Poffin, super awesome. 4 Ultra Balls. It's all evolutions. You need the Ultra Balls. 3 rare candies. Our main attack is a stage 2, so need that. And then 2 Earthen Vessels we need to get the energies in hand. So it's a list that makes a lot of sense. It works pretty well. Let's go take a look at the deck in action. Then after the gameplay, I will talk about the upgraded version that I think is still worth trying out. And you could take I will try to provide the upgraded list as well in the description for the video, so if you want to try that out. And if you have thoughts about the basic version versus the upgraded version, do let me know in the comments below, because I'd like to hear about that or other ways to upgrade this list. So anyway, let's see things in action. All right, it's been a rough go trying to make videos for an upgraded Hydreigon EX deck. Honestly, yesterday when I was developing the deck, it kept working, and I felt like, yes, it had synergy. I was happy with it. Today, it's not happening. So you know what I just did? I just said, forget it. I'm going to ditch the upgrades. I'm going back to the original list, and let's see what happens. And there are good reasons to go with the original list, too. Honestly, I was a bit torn. I wasn't sure which build was better, honestly. I got rid of the Neo Upper Energy. The original list has it, which is what I'm playing. At the end of the video, I'll talk about the other builds, so the changes one could make. But I'm thinking I'm just going to keep this original list. So Goldango, they got Dark. Okay. So that's what I have in play. I have a Deino. I think I want these guys in play. I probably want to hang off on the Pecharunt. I think I need to thin my deck. So I'm gonna drop. I'll drop down. Let's see here. Do I want to get? I'm going to drop down another Chansey, I guess. I'm not completely sold on that move, but it's okay. I mean, honestly, right now, I'm probably just evolving next turn and passing. I don't know. You know, we'll see. Obviously, I need energy in Team Evolution. And I'm probably not going to get that, right? I'm only drawing one card. I would love, honestly, to get Iono'd. Iono would make me really happy, I will say, because this does not feel good. I could Ultra Ball. I'm not sure though that really gets me very far. All right, I'm gonna ditch the. Wow, I think I've got to use the rare. I need to take advantage of the rare candy, right? And I think I need to keep the Revavroom. So now, that's what I'm thinking I got to do. So it's not a good spot to be in. I assume they're gonna knock out my active, right? So I'll evolve the guy on the bench so that they need to gust. They need to get a boss to knock me out, and I'll evolve the Revavroom. My opponent knows I got nothing though, right? So I assume they're not going to play Iono. If they do, I'll thank them very, very mightily. But you know, hopefully they're in a spot where their hand's so bad they have to Iono, right? I'll play in an old Great Ball art. Got like that. So, all right. So another Hydreigon deck with Goldengo and such. So they're just setting up. So I need to top deck something, right? I really need Iono because I need a lot of pieces, is what I would say. So Arven's good. I guess I got to get energy though, right? I need energy. Okay, no, that's not bad. I can grab this. I need a tool to discard, right? And yeah. So I draw a bunch of cards. That's good actually, right? So I will get a darkness energy and you know, so we'll see what happens here. See what happens. And I will. Do I attach my energy? Maybe do I attach my energy? I'm going to attach my energy. It draws me an extra card. If I get Neo Upper Energy and switch, I could have attacked, but the odds of that aren't the best, so. Okay, so, I can Glass Trumpet. So that's good too. So I'll put you on the Blissey, because, yeah, all right. And do I want to drop down into the Revavroom? That's kind of my thought. Let me take a peek here. I'm in another Varoom. I think that could be good, right? I mean, the Pecharunt could be good too, though. Do I have Switch in deck? Let me just see about that. If I have Switch, which I don't have. All right, you know what? I'm gonna fail it. Okay, I'm gonna fail it and end turn. Okay, I have Ultra Ball. I have a Chansey, and I could discard whatever I draw for turn. I could get Pecharunt in play. He does 200. Problem is I can't one-shot the Goldengo, right? Because I can do 40 more with the Binding Mochi. It gets me to 240. But they're gonna start. They're gonna mill me. So I'm gonna get the Zweilous Pain. They're gonna knock. No, they're finding a friend though. Wow. Okay, finding a friend's pretty good. Okay, so the good news, I should be able to knock him out this turn. So let me think. So I can move an energy. So if I get the Pecha, I actually have the ability to switch here too, right? So if I get Pecharunt, so. All right, I'm going to do this. That was probably the mistake. That was a mistake, probably. But I'm just going to do this. Wait, I got the wrong card? See, that's the way this day has gone for me, too. How did I do that? How did I make that stupid move? All right, well, anyway, that was just beyond stupid, is all I can say there. So, I mean, this is partly why the day's not going well. Okay, so darkness there. Okay, so what's in the discard pile now? Nothing? Okay, for energy. So let me attach here, I guess. I can move the energy to the active, right? That's the goal there. Okay, got Neo Upper. All right, that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna retreat. Okay, so I can't believe I like missed. I don't know what I did there. But anyway, so retreat. Evolve on the bench. That's good. I got the Neo Upper Energy. And I will just, I attack and I mill some, so that's good. Which also takes their Hydreigon out of play, right? Because they had the Hydreigon to evolve, so he can't attack. So got the win. I messed, you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I kind of I don't know, my brain just kind of just stopped working there for a minute, and I selected the wrong card, right? I wanted Pecharunt. I think I said Pecharunt, and I like clicked the next card to Pecharunt or something. But anyway, got the W, so very pleased about that. All right, let's see what happens here. I've been, today is not my best day at Pokemon. It's been a little unlucky, and been not playing at my best either. I'm feeling very distracted, honestly, as I'm sitting here. I am distracted by what's going on around me. So, and I don't know what I can do about that. I might need to just stop playing. That's the other thing. But the original build is working better. So I'm first, right? All right, I'll make this my play. See what happens. I don't know what I'm up against. Dangerous Laser. So it's a donk deck. So this isn't good. So, because I put the Deino in the active, right? And I assume it's a donk, right? It's a poison burn, right? It's a donk deck. So we'll see what happens. If they donk me, I maybe it's not a donk deck. Oh, maybe it's not a donk deck. Okay, so, and just do this and end turn, and we'll see what happens. It's not. I mean, I got the Iono, right? I guess I can attach an energy and then I Iono, or maybe I'll attach the Team Evolution and Iono. So maybe it's not a donk deck. So hopefully not. So I'm not sure what is this one of the ones where you need a whole bunch of, right? Like if you have the Electabuzz, is there a what all of the combos? So they can burn me with the Volcanion. All right, got the blinged out Artazon here. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Here got the what's reverse hollow, I guess, Magmar. Got a basic art here, two of the I think the Rev Hollows, and that's fun. Whatever. So the Artazon's good for me, so that's a plus. Okay. All right. Well, I want to attach an energy, right? So probably. I'll get the Deino down because I have an energy to attach, right? So my thought is I'll do the Deino because I have the energy, and Iono here. If I had the ability to obviously evolve and attack, I would have done that. But okay. So do I need another Chansey? That's part of. Let me get these guys down. I'm going to evolve the active Pokemon here. I don't necessarily, and I will Team Evolution. I don't know what's in my deck though. So hopefully this works. Hopefully I've got another my other Zweilous is there. Good, because I think it's two Zweilous in the deck, right? So I played the one. Okay, that's good. So I can evolve the active with the Ultra Ball. I can attack. The odds were the second Zweilous was the deck. I should have double checked that right beforehand. So let's see what they do here. So Crispin. So they get 2 energies in play here. The big attack is 3. So we'll see what they do here. They can burn me, right? So that does 20. Then I flip a coin after each turn. Will evolve. I'm trying to think. Do I want to use the Arven to get an energy? Maybe I can use energy. Arven energy search probably. I have the Varoom that I don't need. All right, so that's annoying. So that they're stalling me with that. So probably, right? Do I? The deck, does it play a switch? I mean, look at the list because I know it does not play switch, and it doesn't play. I added Prime Catcher. It doesn't play Crispin, so I'm not going to be able to attack probably. And that is what it is. Oh no, I have Pecharunt, right? I do play Pecharunt in the deck, so that's true. I Pecharunt. So I can attack. Okay, so Pecharunt, I swing in, Binding Mochi. All right, so I should be able to get the knockout here, right? So let me think here. So I need the Binding Mochi and the Rare Candy. I Ultra Ball away the Varoom and what I draw. So I need to draw a card I can discard, right? Or if it's like the Pecharunt, then I just bench the Pecharunt. And then I can get rid of the Ultra Ball. So hopefully my opponent, they got all these fancy effects here. Opponents admiring the effects, but hopefully they do something right soon, right? So I can now, with the Binding Mochi Pecharunt, I have an energy attached, so I think I can take the knockout here. And that's really good, right? That's really good. So it's a little fire burn box type thing. Okay, so... Or so I will Arven here. Well, let me take a look with the Artazon, just make sure what's in deck. I want to fail this. I don't want to get, because I need the Pecharunt on the bench. And I have the Binding Mochi. That's lovely. Okay, so Pecharunt, Binding Mochi. I'll get those 2 cards now. Well, I get a Nest Ball, right? Binding Mochi, super good there. So let me just, and I want to make sure that I need to recover. I need to play the Ultra Ball. Okay, so you can swing in the active. I need to evolve you first, though. That's my point. That's one thing there. So I need to... I'll draw these cards. Those aren't particularly useful. Blissey kind of isn't bad, though, right? So, evolve. That's why I keep in the Blissey. I have the Iono for next turn, like that as well. So now I can swing into the active. I do extra damage. That's super awesome there. I need the Night Stretcher, but I had the energy, so that's okay, right? Make sure I click right. It's been one of those days where these things have been going wrong, and I get to evolve the Blissey EX, which has value as well. Oh, and I did have an energy on the Zweilous as well, so so I could potentially, so I can use the second attack next turn too. All right, so liking that, getting rid of some cards for sure, which is good there. Took 2 prizes, and that's very nice. So got the Hydreigon down. I got another Hydreigon in hand, so this is really good. So I can potentially wipe him out next turn, right? It attacks to the active as well. I can't... Okay, there we go. So it does 130 to the active and 132 of the bench. I need 4 energies, though. And my opponent conceded, so, yeah. So, look, look, this video has been a struggle, so I'm going to call it there. So, honestly, yeah, the original build's better. So stay tuned. I'm going to give a few thoughts, a little recap to close out this video. All right, finally got through recording this video. It's been a struggle and a bit unpleasant. So thoughts are, okay, so I did build an upgraded list, which might be better, and I'll tell you what that is in a minute, but this proved maybe to be a little more consistent. So here's what the upgrades I made, and you can try them out for yourself. I cut 4 cards. I cut the Chansey, one Blissey, and I don't think I need the 3 line. I think that was correct, that cut. The question is, what do you add? Then I cut a Neo Upper Energy. You only have one at your ace spec. I added a Prime Catcher, okay? So cut the Neo Upper Energy, added a Prime Catcher. I also added an extra basic Darkness Energy. But the thought behind that is, when you use Revavroom's ability, right, to discard and draw, if Neo Upper Energy is in hand, I don't want to use that to draw. So I'd rather just have all basic energies. That's my thought there. I wanted an extra darkness because darkness is necessary for the first attack, which is mostly what you're doing. The second attack is still, I think, very secondary. So that's what I did. I cut the Neo, added the darkness. And then for the trainers, I cut Colress' Tenacity because you don't need that with the Neo Upper Energy. That you search for the stadium, that's fine, but that's not crucial. The big thing is it lets you search for an N energy of any type you want, so any energy, including the Neo Upper Energy, special energy, so that's good. And then so I cut the Colress' Tenacity because it didn't make sense with the Neo Upper Energy, added Prime Catcher, I added Crispin because that lets me accelerate energies, right? You put in 2 energies of different types, which you need, so that helps make up for the Neo Upper Energy, and then I added Super Rod. So those were the changes. In some ways, I think there's logic behind it. It just seemed not to work so well today. I'm not sure long term which is better, but, you know, I don't think Hydreigon's the best deck, but I do think it has some synergy and can be fun.